Hello. To exercise some faith and an opportunity to do just that has been rampant this morning. But that's okay. That's A-OK highway. Okay. You say okay, I say okay. Hey, forced love is rape, right? I should have tried to. I might just do that. I might end this and restart this and export that last one because I don't know why that would still be up there. That shouldn't still be up there. I'm thinking. But then again, when not fully equipped, we start thinking, oh, U2, The Cure. Oh shoot, that's a lot of good artists there. Couldn't run that bad. Yeah, I might just restart this real quick. Um, I see it changed right here. 158, 150. So that's a good sign. So that means I had to change it from here, though. Won't let me change it there. It won't let me change it anymore. There we go. That might be a good. Okay, so that may work. We'll see. Oh, it's getting crafty. What's left of it? It's getting extremely, extremely crafty, people. But it's nothing that we haven't dealt with before, just in a different form. Let me go get my tea. I got excited. Got excited. So excited. I just beside myself. I'll be right back. Alrighty. Let's see what we got. I'm gonna read. That's The Cure. Let's see what we have here. Yeah, I want to read this. How's that sound? Pretty good. Not bad. Not bad. Alright, this is what I wanted to read. And then I'm going to go out here and get this Bowflex put together. It'd be nice. Save a few bucks here and there, and then I'll be able to send some money out. But he should be having that baby. Those two here pretty soon. Next couple of weeks. So make sure you pray about that also. Let's see. Wisdom 11. Well, I'll start at 21. It was actually 2022, but I'll start at 21. For with you great strength abides always. Who can resist the might of your arm? Indeed, indeed. Before you, the whole universe is as a grain from a balance. A grain. You notice how we're amber waves of grain. You notice that? And the wheat has chaff. You see, there's there's always this associating relationship. At least that's what I'm seeing and experiencing. And here it talks about the grain. And doesn't it talk about the thrashing floor? That when they get thrashed, the grain and then the flour. That native, she just plopped that old dough. Just that little bit of yeast goes a long way. Or maybe in that case soda. But she's like, any questions? That bread. You see that? It's that bread. That bread turns to sugar. You see, there's sugar in everything. There's sugar in, it's that corn. Sugar in all of it. Starch, and it turns to sugars. And that's it. It's where a lot of this stuff comes from, the sugars and the fats. All the animal fats, it's all just riddled with toxin. That's where the stuff is stored, it would seem. It's in us. That's where the toxins are stored in us. Oh, that's some good stuff. I don't know what they did with the other 100 and something jars. They almost had 200 jars when we went and bought that citron ginger tea that I like, down to my last just quarter of a jar. Starting to panic, I'm telling you what. So, indeed, the whole universe is either grain in the balance or a drop of the morning dew. That's it. That's where that water came from. It was that dew. Didn't need to rain. There was enough dew on the ground and sustained life, I would imagine. Come down upon the earth. Upon the earth. How could you come down upon something? If it's your footstool, okay, I could see coming down upon and looking over the face of. I see that. And so, what would you come down upon? Some of us, but then not the other part of that sphere. Spherical. It's crazy. Crazy. Crazy, I tell you. Let's see, upon the earth. But you have mercy on all, because you can do all things, and you overlook the sins of men, that they may repent. For you love all things that are, and loathe nothing that you have made. Loathe. Yeah, that's loathe, right? Yeah. She used to work with a lady named Lowell. And she said that you could almost sense the absolute, just the weight of this world, and just the concerns and hang-ups of things that were just tied up for her, that people themselves never intended to move. And that's the issue with our unhealthy attachments, which comes from self-worth or self-worthlessness. Lol. You could see her when she'd walk away. You could see it. You didn't see it when you faced her. It was when she walked away, and she carried it. She presented it. And it was a burden. It wasn't light, I'll tell you that. It definitely wasn't light. It was extremely heavy. And we're not talking like gold. And that's the thing about that silver. You notice that? It's that silver. C3PO. That's not don't you even dare. I thought we got rid of all you suckers. Flies. I'm telling you, I'm going to get him one of them guns. He's still waiting for the hopper on his smoker. I don't know, man. It all goes to the glory of our Heavenly Father. Abba, Yahweh, Yeshua, Yah. So easy. Like I said, even a cave person can say it. Early. All the packages were coming early. I thought it was the craziest thing. How is this possible? Now he can't even get a month or so later. So I dare order a assault gun to kill these flies? We're getting them though. We're getting them. Because you know what those flies come from, right? Maggots. You know what maggots get laid. That's right. Sure isn't fruit, and it isn't a pile of crap. I got news for you. I've never seen them in there. Maybe they're in there. I don't know, but I've never seen them in there. They might eat it. But I've never seen them lay anything other than in death. Nothing but putrefied flesh. Period. That's it. Nothing else. Let's see. I finished what it was. Let's see. Oh yeah, 21. I started at 21. Let's see. Upon the earth, but you have mercy on all because you do all things and you overlook the sins of men, human, that they may repent. Oh, absolutely. Whew. Thank the good Lord for that. For you love all the things that are and oh, that's right, and love nothing that you have made, and what you hated you would not have fashioned. And how, guys, no wonder why that was completely just, there's that if again. Right there. Boy, if they could have, they'd have pulled those two little ifs right out of those two little simple two little ifs right there. Didn't say no one would or could. It said if anyone does. What? And you give us humans, boy, an opportunity, and we're gonna muck it up one side and absolutely down the other. Oh man, just give me uh, an opportunity, and I'll show you how to. We'll do some real stinking thinking right here. We're gonna show you firsthand how it's done. So let's see, overlook. Let's see, sins of men that may be heard, the things that are the loathe nothing you fashioned. There it is, fashioned. Fashion. It's like that loom, that beautiful, going to be custom fitted with. It's being fashioned. He says he goes to prepare, and that place is it's being prepared right now, right here through us. Oh, you bet. That's right. That's right. It's all going to be new. Everything. It's a renewal, reversal. That's what it is. It's what it is. It's a fashion. And how could a thing remain unless you willed it? Willed. Ooh, you like that? Willed. I like that. Willed. Yes. See, we have free will. That's right. He said, William. And he went to that well. That's right. There was... Yeah, she didn't go back. Same as she had first. There's no way. It's absolutely not. Willed it. Or be preserved. Had it not been called forth by you. You see, many are called, few are chosen. Some might say, well, what about? I know it. I get it. I used to sit, and after a while, when you seek diligently, and you start seeing things, and you start putting that doubt aside and know, because you just know that you know in your heart that everything's going to be revealed, and there'll be nothing that'll be given that is not unburdenable. There's no burden. It's completely light, not just physically light. See, it's a spiritual thing. We don't fight. It seems that way, and it may come out that way. You got to die to it first, and then you can be able to fight through it. And when I said there was an upgrade on that armor, oh, it's armor, and it's always armor, but there's this. I think what I meant is that it kind of gets shinier and shinier. Pretty soon, man, you start seeing reflections, and you just get covered in that. It's beautiful. Beautiful, this beloved chainmail. When that's pulled back, when you see what's becoming, you'll know. You'll know. And you too will be that. Just like she said, she knew who she was. Who she is, always been. Always. Who I am, she said. Who I am. That's right. It's who you are is who we are. Yes, all one. Just goes after the one. Can't deny that one. Because the rest are in train. They're following so close. No matter how far, this couldn't be much more from the heart. Forever trust in who we are. Formed by you. By you spare all things, because they are yours. He told us who we are. We're his, like a wave tossed in the ocean, a vapor in the wind, a vapor, a vapor. O Lord and lover of souls, and lover of souls. You notice it, lover of souls. See, to fear God. I said to fear God. How would you fear God? The same as love is going to bring division. The same. It's simple. You're reaching too far. The same way. The same way. O Lord and lover of souls. Because that mind and body, that spirit make up the soul. We all have free will. We're housing something, and that's going to control that rudder. That little tiny rudder controls that big ship, that little spark. Just a little tiny little spark. It's like that yeast. When she threw that lump of dough on there, she said, and there it is. That hot grease. Grease, corn, and porn turns to sugar. They know what they're doing. They knew exactly what they were doing from the beginning. It's not heirloom corn. It's not maize. It's all genetically modified now. Sugar. It's poison. It's poison for your body. Slaps your pancreas up one side. Might as well just let me play ping pong with it. Ronnie usually wins, though. I will have to give him that. He gets the better. Out of 10 games, he'll get them. I got about 7. He has me by about 3. But boy, we get a sweat on, boy. Just like they sweat in that lodge. They sweat because they know. They know. They all know the Great Spirit. They know. They all knew. We all do. You look around, the natural world bears signature of a supernatural creator. You can't deny it. And we're going to stand. And that reality, and that which you can't even, you're going to wish for the rocks to fall down on them. You're not even, you say, is that it? Throw it up on the scale. Throw it up there. Get your gargoyles. Help them. Throw it up there. Is that what you come with? Is that what you got? All right. That's what you got. You notice everything is grain. It talks about grain and scales here. The chaff and the wheat and the chaff. The threshing floor. Just like William Shatner and his Millstone collection. You see, this is not by mistake. Nor it's nothing I've ever heard on a video. There's that grinding, you see, that takes place. The thrashing that mill stone. If you cause one of my little ones to stumble. That's right. That's right. You just keep collecting them, buddy, because you're going to need them. Oh, yeah, I know. I know. They pushed you right up in there, but can't even believe half of what you... None of what you see and half of what you hear. Or none of what you hear and half of what you see. You can run it either way. It's a crap show either way. But you notice, amber waves of grain. It's always this mocking. And there's the bread in the hot-ass grease. Pardon my language. There it is in the grease. And she said, any questions? Kind of like the old commercial, remember back in the day, most of you don't. But they put the old egg. Oh, you'd know. That yolk was on. You'd know. Life is in the blood. Put the egg in that hot grease and they go, this is your brain and this is your brain on drugs. Well, humanity shall not live on bread alone. Do you see how everything is... The bread she makes, Tawana, like I said, you better eat that within a day, because that stuff's going to crumble like cheese that's been frozen. Don't ever freeze cheese if you... And I wouldn't even recommend it. All of it's just, I'd enjoy it all, but it's all just poison anymore unless you know exactly where it's coming from. It's all poison. They figured out a way to get it in everything. He said we were going to drink poison and tread on scorpions. Scorpion doesn't necessarily have to be a bad thing. Neither does Alice in Chains, although I don't care what they've used. When they get caught up in that, of course you get dark. But the Lord uses whom he chooses when people are seeking with a contrite, a broken heart. There's a good broken, just like there's a good fear. Well, what is fear? To fear, just like the love is... Well, to remain, you shall remain. Well, you know what lions, they have manes. Same with the lioness. There's just an order of things. Oh, man, if it wasn't for our beloved females, gosh, they're the ones that go out and hunt. Off your lazy lion butts. Get out there and do something for the love of truth. I love our women. But, unfortunately, they far exceeded the men in just body is a wonderland. Is not. Remember I told you about going to those amusement parks and stuff. The people that put that shit together. Oh, yeah. I wouldn't want my children on there. That's for dang sure. And if you cause one of them, William, just one. Now, see, it's not just, he's just a... Yeah, that's right. Just almost makes you want to give him the old Spock. You ever tried that? You had to do it, your little brother or sister or something. You had to just, come here. Come over here. Grab that spark plug wire. I'm going to make sure this thing has it. You only did it once. Come over. They want to try that old Spock on you and see if it... Oh, yeah, I'm sure it's a pressure point trick. Old ancient Chinese secret. Knew all along. It's all just a bunch of crap. There ain't no sides that way. The only sides is the shit they're trying to force in between these two flaps. Because it knows that you're not going to be in these flaps. Not when religion has a much more greasier way. Oh, sad. I watched the whole thing, and she said power, and you'll know. They'll tell you. Oh, they believe in God. just because they don't believe in this Europeanized Roman popery shit that they're trying to glorify their gold-plated Johnny Crapper. It's a crapshoot. Isn't that something? A crapshoot. It's just a big crap show. But here, let's see. Oh Lord and lover of souls. Now, chapter 12. For your imperishable spirit. Imperishable? Now, see, the sun. Like I said, notice everything's beautiful. Everything has its cycles. The sun gives life to things that are living, but it starts to break down those things that aren't. It's like, the light with anything that is, if you really want to preserve, you keep it from the light. Once it's just like if I was curing stuff. That's why I said, well, you want me to lie to you? They're like, there's no way that's out there. I said, well, I could lie to you. You keep it out of the light. It's not just, I said, anybody can, but not anybody can grow and you'd become that. Do I have a little bit of absolutely, I learned so much about myself, our creator, who we're becoming, and just about just sin, and just how sorry I really was about everything that was going on. And then I got angry. Then I got real angry. And then I got left high and dry because crap was fixing to hit the fan, and old Donnie Steen was going to stand there and he was going to take it like an old trooper. Well, I had to. I couldn't leave all them animals like that. I couldn't do that. That's why one of those stops Sammy would have been right here. And I'd have got me one of them little pups from D, old Delilah. I would have named him Samson. I would have named him Samson, and I would have never cut his hair. No, I would have cut his toenails. People cut your pet's toenails. It hurts them when it pushes up on them. You don't know that, but I had a wise Catholic lady. Told you that Noah's Pet Project in the St. Leo's there in Tacoma. They'd come down, and a bunch of vets would get together. And I think it was once a month or so. They would see your dogs. Oh, they love Butter Boy. They loved Bud. They knew Buster too. Oh no! Did they know Buster? They may have known Buster because I brought him up here, both of them. Yeah, I sure did. I brought him up here, because that vet down there in Redding. Whew, man! Oh, they loved him. They loved all them dogs, but they knew Buster. They're the ones that put him through the obedience school. They were going to put him down. Most people, they don't do that. It's things, little towns, people that have a little bit of humanity. They don't just, it's a pit bull, just put him in the grinder, damn it. Freeze them up first, damn it, because you gunk up the works. Make sure they're frozen solid like they do the chickens and stuff, and then that way it grinds them up in pellets. They can feed them right on back to them. Hazmat suit sat there. God, the things you hear in a barbershop, I was like, are you serious, man? No wonder why this shit stinks. It stinks. You can wash and scrub and wash and scrub. It never used to be that way. Can you imagine? Even Kentucky Fried back in the day, they probably weren't all that. Old Colonel, he had a few little, oh yeah, old Colonel. There he is, genetically modified old, yeah, the old general. Mm-hmm. You don't want, that's not very ensuring, I'll tell you that, Mr. General. Colonel. Dipshit. But that chicken, we used to get it every Sunday. We watched the lineup. Old William Shithead Shatner. Walt Disney. Oh, God, we already know about Disney. Oh, what a mess that is. Him and Walmart, same thing. You think I'm kidding. Oh, don't think. Oh, they're nasty individuals. Very nasty. These people are natural. It says right here. They're unnatural as can be. They are so ass backwards unnatural. They just love to just completely. It's so demonic that it would have to be. And like I said, the people that house these demonic spirits are just live in complete fear. That's why they're doing it. They live in fear. That's the craziest thing. It's nuts. It's like, wow. And like I said, they take your God-given right and then offer a turn it into a privilege and then fucking issue a fee. A fee. Now that fee there, that's been taken. That's we're gonna have to give it an old pound. That's right. That's right, Hannah. This is a children's show. That was very tasteful. I like that. I like that. You know, I didn't hear that before. I'd seen that video before. So I was like, oh man, I know where that's at. Damn, that's a hell of a. That's one hell of a damn incline, man. That's walking up that deal, or is it decline? I don't know. Incubus, succubus. You guys get it. It's vertical and horizontal, right? I don't know. I always thought when he was talking about changing, don't change, you know. We've got the outer limits deal. Which brings me right to old Alex. Donut. Oh, Alex. I've been sharing your stuff, man. I just, like I said, trust is earned and I just send it through. Sometimes I know I need to make time. I know it. Oh, they hate it. They hate it when we get jiggy with the bow. They don't like it. I got it all waxed up. We waxed it good. We waxed that back strap real good in that bow. They don't like that. Just like old broken wings. He goes, you notice how they look? It's everywhere. You just have to look. It's all you have to do. Instead of inhaling and receiving all that shit they're shoveling, shovel it back. I'm done. I'm done with this. Tastes like dog shit. Tastes like dog shit. Well, then it's probably dog shit. And like a dog returned to its vomiting, you know. We're not talking females. We're talking like a dog is a. You see, my baby girl. Jeff was asking, well, here, we'll walk through here. I go, yeah, it's fine. I said, baby girl's there and Butter's there. Yep, oh, Noah's Pet Project. Awesome. She said, you make sure you clip those nails. Thought I was going to lose that one, didn't you? Didn't you? Well, I thought I was going to too. Now that I just remembered that I was probably going to forget. It was going to slip my mind. Keep them clipped for the love of the truth that I'm hoping you're becoming, and I'm certain you are. The medication, I get it. I know it might seem like it's helping. Well, that's because all this crap they got in the food and stuff. You don't know what's in. I don't care what you read. They got that shit. All that stuff. Like I told you, what they did with that USDA dude, that inspector. I'm certain, man, that guy. There might have been two of them that went in there. Oh yeah, might have been two go in, one come out, and one came out. So, and he came out with an instruction, and it absolutely straightened him right on. Because some of that meat, man, it's just not the same, Colonel. It's not the same. We ate a bucket of chicken on the foot of Mom's bed. My mouth is watering right now. Yes, it is. Because I really enjoy chicken. I do. I enjoy it. But not the shit they've been passing off these last 30, 40, 50 damn years. You know, maybe I'm overextending in the years. Now, if I raise my own, but you got to be careful there also. What are you going to do? Where are you going to get your feed? Just let them run and pick the ground. Mostly is probably the best. They're not really a little bit of grain. See, them and cattle, they're not designed to just eat solely grain. But, oh yeah, chicken, if it's made right, ooh, Man, are you serious? But now it's just those stinky, nasty little buggers. That's what they are. Stinky, nasty, little poisonous little buggers. They do everything they can. They're pumping them things full of so many damn antibiotics to keep them to that, like I said, 4 to 6 weeks. And bam, they're right on your damn dinner, but hopefully not your dinner plate. Just saying. I know it, man. I know what it is, chicken. I grew up walking the streets of the Central District. People see, they knew, hey, that's little Donnie Steen. They'd let the little white boy in once in a while, and I'd eat. Oh, I'd eat like you wouldn't believe. Greens. Oh my gosh, they'd grow them right in there. Oh man, snap into some fried chicken like you've never had before. Southern fried chicken like you wouldn't believe. I was telling my brother yesterday we had cod. Big old piece of cod. I said, what you do is you mix that flour half with either cornstarch or like rice flour. That's where they get that crunch, extra little crunch in there. That cornstarch is, it'll just a little, I'll even cut a little bit of cornstarch and a little bit of rice flour. And then just leave the flour out altogether. Piss on that damn flour. Unless you're, you know where you're sourcing it. That was pretty good. Oh yeah, I hadn't watched that in years. Matter of fact, when I first started watching that, and I've watched every episode of that We Shall Remain, every single episode of that, it was so riveting, captivating, educational, and just absolutely, I felt like I was just part of the whole sequence. And so let's see. Yes, I got distracted just for a moment, and now the moment's already passed. Darn it. It happens so easily. so easily. Let's see. Well, I have to go to the bathroom here for a minute. I gotta go pee. And that's right. California moved up. Cecilia Stadium, Paul Post. Then the other house I did the video in. That's the one I did that in. The one where the lady passed away. No one wanted to move into that one. The other tenants that wanted to upgrade. What was it? About Reading, the dogs. No, it wasn't the dogs, although it does kind of pertain. Because I had to bring them both up there. God, that apartment, man, all living in that. Well, that's why I got out of there quick. I don't even mess around. I ain't wait for no one to knock on my door and go, hey, man, I noticed it's pretty crowded in there. I got a place for you down there. I don't mess around. I don't sit around and wait for shit to come knocking at my door. I'll tell you that right now. That's why. I don't want to get on a rant. That's why sometimes you just gotta wash your hands of stuff, because they'll tie up loads. They'll spend. I'm telling you, I've seen it happen, and you'll look back and go, shit, I ain't got a pot to piss in now, and neither do you. And so now, crazy. Well, what about faith? Well, that is having faith. Faith, truth, logic, and common sense, Uncle Ted. Truth, logic, and common sense. It comes in threes, and when you braid those together, it's very simple. It's this plumb line, and then you just walk it right on out, and then there's your cornerstone right there. there it is. There's that foundation, and that's right. When souls are one, the angels are the ones that rejoice. They entertain our Heavenly Father. See, there's a buffer zone. See, people don't realize that. They think that, and I know what omniscient is, and I know what omnipresence is, and I know all that's what that is. But there's stuff that you're going to be like, wow. Because this is Like he told Moses, he knew Moses' heart. That's all he got report. He had a direct line. There's that line again. Direct line, boy. It didn't fall on. There was no go between angelic message there being and he said, all right. He said, all right, but you're going to have to go right there. You're going to have to go in that rock. You notice that? In the cleft of the rock. In the bosom of Mother Earth. You're going to have to go in there. The same rocks. Oh, they're going to be begging. And all they had to do is just be that rock. It all comes from submission. That's all it is. God, I got to go pee. For your imperishable spirit is in all things. Therefore, that's why it says the spirit returns back to where it was. And so if you're housing an evil spirit, well, there you go. You'll rest until last trump. You hear that, and all that are dead in Christ will rise first. And those, we're dead in Christ right now. That's right. We're dead in Christ right now. Dead in Christ how? Through that flesh. It's a spiritual battle. You die to that and oh, you're a good host and hostess and it's just, you're ready. And that's it. See, we are that foundation. We're that solidarity, that reflection. You know what pure gold in a state that, and they gobble it up like it's theirs. They ain't going nowhere with any of it and ain't getting any of it. Gobble that gold up. But he said, yep, the streets in heaven, which the kingdom will be coming right here, are going to be paved. Gold that's transparent. Transparent. There's nothing. Like I used to say, remember this one? Sweetie, remember this one? Kind of like clean like Maybelline, like Neutrogena. It's that soap. Sometimes you just gotta... She said to him, you know, you're gonna, innocent man. And it's that, you can see through it. It's transparent. There's nothing to hide behind. Nothing. You keep those two, the other 8 fall right into place. Right into place. How could it not? We're not talking Slipknot. Although you notice he did knot. It's nautical knots. Doom, doom, doom. It's nautical knots. That's where you get your knots. That's where you get your... It's a nautical term. Those knots. Yes. Let's see. Your imperishable spirit in all things. Therefore, you rebuke offenders. You notice that? Now they call all those here offenders. You see, this is what they... It's all in the... You say, well, it's just a damn... Well, that's how they... Because faith come by what? By hearing. And faith without works is what? And if you're working witchcraft over the masses and you get them through their water and everything else, and your head is so damn messed up that you can't see through the haze enough to go, wait a minute, man. Because what they do is they use the masses to go, well, you're the only oddball here. You're the only one saying that. You're nuts. You need to be put on medication. Here, once you go ahead and ask your dog if he'll share, get him off the medication. You guys can split you guys' little Scooby snacks together. Crazy. And we got something that's going to help you and make you feel better. They poison you all up and then they offer a solution. Of course, we know that's an old ancient Chinese secret. Yeah, regardless, he did this and that. I know, you got to save face. Oh, don't think for a minute. I put my life on the line for that man and his family, which I thought we were part of. Apparently, you don't want to be part of this group at all. Because this group is going they're going exactly where they've been most of the time. Why they're poisoning the shit out of us. Oh yeah, trying to. But very resilient we are. And that UN thing, I told you. I was telling you about this many years ago. And there it is right there, the totem. That's right. It's right there. It's all right there. Man, I guess I still gotta go. I like this song. I think it's Flock of Seagulls. I don't know, it's just one of them. Let's see. Okay, offenders, little by little. Warn them and remind them. Huh? Remind them, warn them and remind. Remember? Remember. He said, remind them there of the sins they are committing, and they may abandon their wickedness and believe in you, O Lord. For truly the ancient inhabitants of your holy land, whom you hated for deeds most odious, odious works of witchcraft and impious sacrifices. Yeah, and you guess what? That's right. It's all that 9/11 big old blood sacrifice, and then it's how they gain their power. But it's just slowly the head's been severed. Sacrifices, a cannibalistic feast of human flesh and of blood from the midst of these merciless murders of children and parents who took with their own hands defenseless lives. We know what that's all about, right? And they support him. One right on Hilltop, right there. You willed. Oh, there's that word. There's that word. Willed. You willed to destroy. Yeah. Read it before. But here it is. Right there. Willed. Is this Europe? Willed to destroy. Something about Germany. I don't know. So far, he hasn't been wrong. But like I said, I don't put my faith in any human being, any messenger, any of that stuff. Now, I trust my faith in God and Christ-like people. Like I said, it's you just got to be cautious. We're not all having a good day every day when you're trying to house this. Can you imagine? And the burdens that they have to carry now, and all the lies and stuff. Now everything is unraveling. You willed to destroy by the hands of all of our fathers, that the land that is dearest that the land that is dearest of all to you might receive a worthy colony of God's children. Amen. But even these, as they were men, you spared, and sent wasps. Oh yeah, right on bald-faced hornets. These buggers were vicious. Biting and stinging you all at one time. I mean, I've watched them. They'd arc and they'd be biting and stinging me, I'm like, ah! All over me, all up in my clothes. Woo! Those suckers were something, man. And I said, and we're going to do what? We're going where today? And my task is, you say, huh? What? And after you just traipsed right on, oh yeah, once they get agitated, that chainsaw isn't helping anything. It's screaming and hollering and just bucking and vibrating the ground. Oh, they just, bad news bears. Bad news. Sent wasps and forerunners of your army, that they might exterminate them by decrees. Not that you are without power to have the wicked vanished in battle by the just, or wipe out at once by terrible beasts, or by One decisive word. Amen. That's it. Because he just spoke things. He just spoke it. And that was it. And see, we're created in that image, and we speak. There's a lot of power in that tongue, especially when it's fueled and derived at faith. Boy, it gets that ball rolling, don't it? You just stop, be still, drop, and roll. You'll just start rolling. That's what you'll do. You'll just start rolling. There it is again. And I pick up this stuff as I go along too. I don't just sit there and just sit and try to, like I said, he said, I want you to write your full name. So he goes, no, your full name. This is what I want you to write, your full name. Like I said, before I even got down to the last for 3, it just started. I couldn't even. And Norm was like, what you doing there? Now, I've heard it before, but I actually seen it. And it was the craziest thing. I'd never felt that way. I almost felt, I was so comfortable, like I said, in that prison. It almost scared me. If I hadn't known what we know now, it would have been all no good. Yeah, because I wouldn't have been ready for that. There's no way. Not after all that the enemy had done to warp and brainwash me about where I had been, where I was at, and the conduct in which I needed to conduct myself, and how I needed to carry myself, how I needed to be, whether that's how I wanted to be or not. I didn't like that. I didn't like that at all. I didn't like that at all. But there it is. You willed to destroy by the hands of your father. And let's see. And then over here, I want to share this right here. Chapter 12. Wisdom 12, 14. Then I got to go to the bathroom. I'm going to use his, though. Woo! Oh. Boy, oh boy, once I mopped all these floors real good the other day. That's partly why I didn't run a deal. I started mopping all the floors, and I realized just how dirty the floors still were. So I had to make sure in my head, that's how I'm able to sleep nice and tidy in my little bunk there, is knowing that, and you could just, it's made a big difference, even in that little bit of smell. I'm like, man, where is that smell coming from, that urine smell? And it was on the floor. So I pine sawed the crap out of it. So I just went over the whole house, and then I realized on the mop just how dirty it was. And of course, you do have to change that water if you don't want to spread dirt around, but it made a world of difference. That and that Bowflex and running around for, whew, it was, oh, and then the phone. Oh, the phone's playing all kinds of real new little games now they got now. Of course, there's no sorry. They've went ahead and they've retired sorry altogether, and it's just Twister now. It's just Twister and, what's that monkey one? It's just a funny. It's funny. We laugh. So let's see right here. 14 of 12. I'll get you, you sucker. This fly. 14 of 12. Nor can any king or prince confront you on behalf of those you have punished. But as you are just and govern all things justly, you regard it as unworthy of your power to punish one who has incurred no blame. Isn't that something? No wonder why that one was, whew, there's that iffy again. Very iffy. Absolutely. You know what? I gotta go pee so bad, people. I don't want to put myself through this. I just hate walking away from you guys like that. I'm really not. I'm just being myself. Well, who we're becoming. You see, because we're always in this, seems like we're in a transition period. Frank, that's it. Oh yeah, that's what's happening. You're being thrown into the fire, but you don't even really know it because you keep seeking in faith, and it's taking you places your faith and works of your own wouldn't have you go, or things you wouldn't say, or you wouldn't even know. You wouldn't know what you know now. But when you seek like that, you're gonna find it. You will. Like I said, you aim for nothing, and you're absolutely. But when if you're not running towards something, you're running from it. Oh yeah, just destroying it right in front of. So there's nothing to even recognize it. And then pretty soon, there ain't. You think they would just give everybody a lethal dose right after? Oh, well, sure. Well, sign me up here. I'll go ahead and I'll get my neighbors. That's what they were doing around here. Here, if your neighbors need a ride to go get the old Jabberwocky, go ahead and we'll give you a little $20 comp to the casino. I'm just kidding, but that's pretty much what was going on, and it's bit by bit. Like I said, just one complete, that would leave quite a mess. Well, they think they own everything, ain't going nowhere with any of it. The gold isn't, none of it. Oh yeah, been building that army up for a long time for this, for a long time. But see, people are wise. It hasn't been great. It's all been precise and just. And this was the last continent, though. This little plane here, this little parcel of this island here that they just had to get it because this was it. This was it. And use this, but all of them have been all by fear, conquered by fear. Fear. It's fear and anger. Fear and anger is rage, and that's what you see in war. It's all you see. Fear. People are greedy. And then that's the byproduct of that is greed. It's just another spirit is greed and lust and just carnage for now. But it's all getting wrapped up. People are like, dang, man, you know what? I think he's right. That's what happened. We got, and this is it. This is it right here. And so all the military and stuff, everybody don't think for a moment, oh, it's compartmentalized. They know. Oh, they know. They all know, especially now. Even more so than yesterday. Every day. You can't say you don't know. They know. Yep. They all know. They all know, and they're all just down there like Morocco moles. They're all down there, and we got to be secret squirrel. Got to go that nutcracker. Got to crack that old nut tray. Got to snap it right on up. The holidays are coming. I ended up buying that box of chocolate. I left it with the girls over there. And then Tawana, she sent a picture of my little Lily. I should show it to you. She said, Papa Lily, they call her Hazel. Hazel said, Papa, thank you. And took a picture of a little chocolate all over her mouth. We're at Costco. So another reason why I didn't run one, but now they're pulling some little fast one on us here. But that's all right. That's all right. I don't claim to have it figured out, but darn it, I still have a good attitude about it. And by golly, it's all you need. You just need to have a good attitude, and that's it. Be grateful, and I got an attitude of gratitude. I am absolutely. I gotta go pee, guys. I will be right back. Here. I like that sound that makes. Sounds like just go, pow, just cracking it. Oh yeah. I didn't know. They were just waltzing right on through. Look, they took it from us, and now they want to take this. They want to pave paradise and put up a parking lot. Take all of it, and then bring all that sin and just complete all the byproduct. And that's what it is. It ain't just alcoholism, it ain't pornography, it isn't drug addiction. It's all sin. It's just the byproduct of this is the byproduct of that, and this is the byproduct of that. I'll be right back. God, I gotta go bad. I'll be right back. Thank you for hanging out, man. I so apologize about taking off like that. No, don't you dare even think about setting that there, boy. Got to get this out of here because I do not like to. I don't know this tea if it bags in there too long. I'm not the one. Ooh, nice shot. Oh, that was beautiful. Reminds me of not Mother Hubbard, but wasn't her? She had a bunch of kids in a shoe. You see this, you're gonna laugh. See what I did? Not intentional, but it was a beautiful shot. Anyway, let me turn this on. Oh man. Oh, I gotta go get my. Oh yeah, yeah. I bet you did. Dirty little sucker. Sucker. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get my charger. Right back. 2 seconds. 2 seconds. Excuse me. Squeeze me. Please, somebody squeeze me. There we go. There it is. Alright, guys. Alright. Let's see what we got here. There we go. There we go. That's not too bad right there. Looks like we're going to get a little sun today. Oh, sunny side up. Oh, yeah. Perfect. Pardon me. Didn't mean to kick you around. Kick you when you're up, and I kick you when you're down. Dirty little secrets, dirty little lies. Got the dirty little fingers. Old Don Henley. That and New York Minute. Both go hand in hand. Dirty laundry and, actually, you know what? I should probably open this shade all the way. I just have the blinds open. But I don't ever shut that blind at all. I always keep it open so I can keep my eyes on stuff. So I can keep my eyes on the gold. Them there gold in them Them trailers are gold in them. That's right. Let's see. There we go. That's not too bad. That's not too shabby. There, Mr. Steen. Oh, Lily. Let's see. I like this one. Yeah, this is a good one. Oh, Rod. Yeah, I should have took her. Yep. You know, yeah, like everybody else, has a chance to make some adjustments. Yeah, they don't like that bow. They don't like that at all. They don't like that. They don't like the arc. They don't like that at all. They don't like any of that. Mm-mm. They don't like anything that's reflected of truth that people are being. They don't want you to become that truth. It's in that paperwork right there. It's not something you achieve. It's you just becoming. It's your. I mean, it's not like something that you find or you. I don't even know if it's. Because you do have to arrive. Well, yeah, it's kind of like if there was a. That would imply that there was some sort of a relation at least. I would have thought, but I don't know. Because, like I said, I'm still learning stuff too. So that's the beautiful thing about this whole alive and living. So far, that sun has just given life. Let's see, right here, second example, 12, wisdom, 12, chapter 12. Oh no, 13. Oh, I like this part. Actually, I'm gonna read. Let's see. Ooh, right here. I missed this, or did I? I know I took a photo of this and shared it on my Facebook. Right here, this is the 16 of 12 wisdom. For your might is the source of justice. Your mystery over all things makes you. And I don't know this. I'm not certain of this word, but it's Lenient, lenient to all. I think that might be it, lenient. For you show your might when your perfection of your power is disbelieved. And that took me a second. I had to read that. Oh, Ash and I just found out when I was out here. Ash and Lyle may come over. Like, come on, bring them over. He helped me move that furniture in that little. Well, Ollie would not have hauled that. It was right there too. That furniture was right there in the park. I couldn't believe it when I said Bonnie Lake. I wonder where in Bonnie Lake. And then when I finally got because people just don't want to just give you their address right off the bat until there it was. It wasn't even 7 blocks from Lyle's house. There he was. Yep. Yeah. Amazing. Worked out perfect. So 14 or 12. 12. I wanted to share this part here. 12. 12. I read 16. Perfection of all power is disbelieved. Read that again. 17. For you show your might when the perfection of your power is disbelieved. Huh. And in those who know you, you rebuke um, term team Temerity, 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 rebuke, and in those who know you, in those who know you, you rebuke temerity. I had no idea this song was about stalking. That's what they say it's about. You know, of all the police songs, seriously, of all the police songs, all Sting's, all his writings, and this is the only song that I cared the least for. Still enjoy it a little bit because it brings me back to a time and place. Ruth Dykman actually takes me right back to that era. But of all the songs and all his writings and stuff, this is the one I cared for the least, and always have. I had no idea it was about stalking, though. If it is, I don't know. It's just what I heard. And like I said, you can't believe everything you hear, and it very well could be. It's just that's not what it reminds me of. That reminds me of that driveway, that long drive. Well, it seemed long. It was actually pretty short. We're gonna go visit there along with the. We'll do that, our Heavenly Father willing. Otherwise, sooner or later, till next time, till we till that soil. That's what we reap what we sow. That's it. We all just been given a little garden. Look, they're trying to take it. They don't want you. They want you eating shit out of a crinkly, roughly little, shiny little bag. A little Christmas gift. Oh God, I just want to open it and see what it is. Oh, it tastes like it looks. Just beautiful. And now I feel like shit. I can't process all this. It's nonsense they're shoveling. Well, they got us just shoveling it ourselves in there. Well, not us, but you know what I mean. Once in a while, man, you get caught up on a corn dog. Man, you know how they make those? Oof. My bologna has a first name, all right, boy. Oof. That's some bologna right there. Hot bologna. Good fishing up there in Ely. But that's how they eat their sandwich. They just big old hunks of bologna, big loaves. And they just cut it thick bologna like that. There, that's how them boys ate their sandwiches. Man, beautiful fishing. I'm telling you. Oh man, Zach, you wouldn't believe it. If it's still like that, it was amazing. I had so much fun just hiking by myself. Me and those dogs and the good Lord, the bears. I just left their berries alone. I just got through the fields and up to grandmother's house. I was going. Oh, what big teeth you have. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. Just turn that right. I had so much fun. That's what it doesn't want you to have, is fun out in Mother Nature, because they're taking it as quick as we can. Oh yeah, before daylight they're out there. I hear them zzz. They're just hacking it up, truck after truck after truck. For now, it's all going to be restored, everything. Let's see, where were we at? Mystery over all things. Okay, that's right, disbelief. Clemency. Oh, this is the other thing that got me right here. So still in 17, and in those 12 of 17 wisdom, and in those who knew you, you rebuke in temerity, or whatever it is. But those you are, but though you are master of might, you judge with clemency. Amen. Thank the good Lord, I'm gonna get you, you son of a gun. Thank the good Lord for that, because man, I would be screwed, blued, and tattooed. Oh yeah, I said, no, I'm done. And I'll finish that for you, man. I can already see what that. And like, no, I'm not. I'm done. I'm done getting that stuff, marking myself up like that. Sounds like the Cure. Oh, Depeche Mode or something. Get shoe fly. Soon as I get a bead on one, we're gonna get a screen, one of those little magnet deals that have a little screen on the front door, because I like having the front door open. And most of these windows are all screened. Oh, which remind me, I have to get a shop vac. I left mine at Forest's and get all the. There's a few in those windows that I gotta get out of there. And let's see, where was I? Oh yeah, 17 of 12, Wisdom chapter 12, verse 17. Or 18, lenience, you govern us, but through you are master of might, judge of clemency, thank God, and with much lenience you govern us. Oh yeah, I'd have been done years ago. I'd have been cooked. I'd have been cooked. Yep. Let's see, what else was I? Sure, something. That Child's Play. That Child's Play, it just. I got that Chucky I just seen on there, Chucky. Just like the Nutcracker. Didn't I say my aunt, Maxine, or not Maxine, Arlene, Nita. Nita's same wheelhouse of company, but Nita's sister, Fred's sister, and then of course there was Joanne with Hank and Timmy and the two girls, the ones that were in Butte, that moved into our farmhouse in South Park, where he built those big kites. Anyway, they're Arlene, she had all them nutcrackers. They'd go to Germany and get some nutcrackers. They had Black Forest stuff, clocks and stuff like that. Beautiful stuff. Marv, the cops, they brought him into the fold. He looked just like a little old kid. Like you would perceive this. That's you fit the perfect stereotypical what you would think a cop would. Little dickhead, really. Love him, but just a little old, short, little bald, and short little mustache, like Noodles. Remind me of Noodles, and they were doing the stakeout, except darker mustache. And that's the way you do it. Put me in, coach. Oh yeah, they've got those trees down. I wonder what he's gonna do with all that. We should ask him. There's a lot of money in that wood. As long as it ain't cottonwood, boy, that's all. That's big money. There's a lot of cords. Those are big trees. Sleep a lot better now, knowing that those aren't over those babies' heads. All cut, all taken care of. That must have cost him. Oh, and hot water heater. Oh, I forgot to tell you, they shut the power off. That's partly why I didn't. And then I got wrapped up and started squirreling and doing other stuff, and that's why I didn't run one. But he shut the power off. Got a new hot water heater, man. Jeff took a shower. I took a shower, and there was still plenty of hot water. I had to shut it down. It's just amazing. So thankful. I let her know too how thankful I was. I should have got a box of chocolate for her. And then BJ probably would have liked that. I wasn't thinking, but it might be going a little over. Maybe not. They haven't known me a long time. I don't fraternize like that. I told you, I do not smoke OPPs, nor would I even think about even. God, it's a disgusting habit. Disgusting. These are good chocolates, man. Those are like 18 bucks a box. No, I didn't have the cash to do that. They gave me a whole bunch of food stamps. I told you they're trying to they're trying to keep me my mouth. They want to shut me down. They want to fatten me up. Because, well, it looks like they're doing a pretty good job there, Mr. Steen. No, I'm doing a pretty good job of that myself. Oh, I know. We got to go to Safeway. Bought a big old thing of grass-fed, big side of trying to. But that's what brings people together, beloved, is food. And what do? Just say, well, no, you can offend people that way. There's time now to get back on the track. Wasn't off track, but that food, you just got to be real careful. And then you got to be careful on what because it's not what goes in, it's what comes out. Now, there's things that I just absolutely won't eat, but you can't completely offend them completely and just, well, I don't want that. I want to eat this. I can eat that. I'm not going to. Which I do. I'll pick and push certain stuff to the side, but, unless it's offered up to another god, I'll eat it. Other than, if it's pork, I'll just flat out tell them I just don't eat it because it's not that I don't want it. It smells really good. And how it used to be, man. I told you, we raised our own. We would stuff our own pork chops, man. And whew, my mom would shake and bake. They used to be old shake and bake those old chops up. But it was different. It was different back then. It was even that. It stink and sticky like the chicken is now. Same thing. Pork, same thing. Stinks. You can wash your hands over and over and wash your hands. We used to pert. We used to call it spurt pus. And I know that's absolutely disgusting, but you could remove oil. That won't even get that stink and nasty funk off your fingers. And get that degreaser, won't even work. Nasty, nasty stuff. And Perel, strip grease right off your concrete. You want to get grease off, and people, they put that in their hair. And I did too, but once I got hip to Joico and Paul Mitchell and stuff like that, some of it. Mostly at Nexus. Nexus is what I like, that old bubblegum stuff that reminded you of. That's what I used most of that. Or in prison, I would have to smuggle out of the deal. Remember I told you about my buddy? I was thinking about that this morning. Hey, Steen. What he was doing is he was showing off like, look what I got. Look what they gave me in here. And I'm like, you guys, hey, you want to shave? I'll give you a real close one, Steen. I bet you would. And he would have, but I didn't need a shave. And they said, you wait till you see what's in your duck bag. Oh, Frank, those old duck bags. I was like, oh my goodness. Woo! Boy, good thing I'm little buddies with most of these savage beasts in here. Most of them good hearts. They just misguided. That's all it is. You raise a child up in the way they should go. God, our beloved native people. Now see, though, that's a good example of everybody has their own issues. Little bands and tribes and clans. I know that's out of order, but we're all just given a little slice. And they don't want that. Nope. Let's see. It was for now. Let's see. Power, govern us. Govern us. That's what governs. They knew. Sit and watch that rotation of the stars. Wherever you happen to be. That's all it is. And right here, for power, wherever you will attends you. And you taught your people by these deeds that those who are just must be kind. And you gave your sons good grounds, and daughters, good grounds for hope. Because it's the substance of things, what? Hoped for, the evidence of things unseen. And that's it. You know, she said the water is what healed her. There was that healing power. But did you see how clear that water was? Also, just like in Ely, those old bologna sandwiches, but through that bologna bullshit, I was able to see deep down what really was, is, will forever be. Once I got that canoe, man, once I got that more mastered, I was able to stand up and see where that Rapala or Rapala, they said, I get them confused, or maybe it's just a pronunciation deal. Incubus, succubus, it's just globe, earth. You just get, now that's not a confusion, that's a, you get it caught up, you get caught up in repetitive, and it just happens like that. It's how it is. You got to be careful on what goes in there. They hammer away at that. They just hammer away. Yeah. Masters at that. Sat right there eating that chicken. Oh, it wasn't the way it is now. Sat there and watched all that stuff. Gobbled it up in many different forms through my eyes and my ears and our mouths. In an environment that was really loving, so it was received. And it took root. You see, it really took root deep. And especially when you get shunned and you just go, wow, man, this is, where am I gonna find a place that's gonna teach this? And he goes, well, don't worry, it's almost like he said, well, who's gonna provide where's the sacrificial lamb, Daddy? Oh, don't worry, we're gonna, and the whole time, could you imagine knowing yourself the whole time, you know, the whole time, kind of faith, knowing, believing that God was gonna raise Isaac from the dead. He just knew it. Can you imagine your child asking you that and having that kind of faith? And, you know, like I said, whose benefit was that for? Who? Whose benefit? You have to ask yourself. I did. Then I wrestled with our Creator. I got the answer. See, I got the answer when I was ready for it. So where am I going to find a place that preaches this? He goes, oh, this isn't about preaching. This is about being taught, not bought. That's what that preaching shit's all about. That's, they tickle their ears. See, this is not going to be popular. But it's the task I have at hand for you. And I mean, every time I turned around, it was something else. It was something else, something different than what I was being taught as I was seeking it. See, we go in, we look. People want to change, they just don't know how. You know, and yes, granted, there's other people that will see things in you and don't recognize yourself because of all the crap that Satan has shoveled our way. But it's not in religion. It's in a relationship. Once you start seeing that is what you'll start seeing. Everything. You'll start seeing just that. And that, Miss Hall, is the matter. You see, it's about souls. It said the spirit returns right back to where it came. It sure does. It sure does. But you sleep. Oh, it's not death, it's sleeping. That's what they want you to think. You don't know. You don't detect any. Last night when I went to bed, I didn't even, of course, last night there's some amazing things that went on last night. I don't even remember what they were, but we'll all see it. We'll all see it all. But I didn't detect any time from the time I fell asleep till I woke up. I didn't. It's not like I could sense that pass of time. It just was don't just like that. Same thing. Same thing. There's no time that in that sense there's no time it's gonna obstruct that. Just sleeping. That's all. Just sleeping. Day in and day out. That's all we need. As it is called a day. A day. And what is a day to him? What is a day? Huh, Roy? What about it, Roy? Hmm? Mm-mm. Yes, we are falling in love. That's what this is. It's a love story. It's a love story, but it involves war and battle. It does on a spiritual front, unfortunately. I mean, from a spiritual, derived from a spiritual source on a fleshly front. Something had to die in that garden. Said life was in the blood. Can you imagine? Have you seen what salt does to skins when they're freshly taken off the hide of an animal and pinned down and salted? Mm-hmm. Let's see, 13, chapter 13. Actually, I want to read 12. Some more 12. 12. 12:23. No. No, 12. 12:20. For these were enemies of your servants, doomed to death. Yet while you punish them, you search solicitude and pleading. Oh, you search them with such solicitude and pleading, granting time and opportunity to abandon wickedness. It's a wickedness. It's wicked. Wicked. It's wicked. With what executed, with what execute, with what executed you judge your sons? With what executed you judge your sons? To those fathers you gave the sworn covenants of godly promises. The fathers, he said, from the down to the third and fourth generation. He says, to those fathers you gave the sworn covenants, the ark. They don't like that, Bo. They don't like that. You know, he said, and this is where we close our eyes and take a deep breath. I knew when I seen him go like this. I knew exactly what he was. Like I said, when you hear, even from a carnal state, you hear it. It sounds real good, and you go along with it because you have no knowledge of the truth. This counterfeit is so easily presented and received as that truth. And then from a spiritual sense, you hear it. It's like, man, that's completely just ass backwards. Do you hear what? But you did. I didn't hear it before. I didn't hear that before. I was like, man, this is some good stuff. There's no way I could. This has got to be true. There's no way. This is way beyond I couldn't even begin. And that's where they use that compartmentalizing to dumb down people. And they said it uses us. It's a human number. Well, not us, but most of these fools. Talents, gifts. So let's see, 20. Some solicitude and pleading, granting time opportunity to abandon wickedness, with what executed you judge your sons to those who the fathers who gave you a sworn covenant, the godly promise, us, us, therefore you chastise, and your enemies with 1,000 blows you punish, and we may think earnestly of your goodness when we judge. What? And when being judged, may look for mercy. And you could take that, 2 ways. Maybe even 3. You sure can. Yes, I did. Let's see. Look for mercy. And then 21, or 23 of 12. Hence those unjust also who lived a life of folly. Fools. That's what they're fools. You tormented through their own abominations. Through their own. Look at that. Look at how there's always that rod. There's always that, you see, you spare the rod, you spoil the child, in the sense that people, that's well, what it is you separate yourself here. You separate the punisher from the punishment, because there's that buffer zone. You see, you're going to see, if you don't already. So there has to be, because you don't stroke the very tear, the same hand that you just slay. Why would you do that? Even a dog. People. Oh, and you guys as animals, you think, it's just, it's in the Bible, it talks about dogs, are just... Hear me, and hear me well. Stop. Stop what you're doing with these animals. Bring them in. Breed them up. Oh, yeah. It's not money, it's the love of money. And you obviously have no love for those creatures that you had dominion over, but not anymore. No. It's sad. Angers me. Yeah. Same thing. People, just like the animals, they breed themselves out. Crazy. For now. Okay, now wisdom 14. That's it. That's what I meant. Hold. People always say, Sex. Everybody wants a piece of ass. Well, I'd be nice, yeah. Of course, I'd like to get to know you first, because that's the problem with people, dude. At least that was my issue. Get emotionally attached, which emotions are good too when you got them intact. You know, everything's just ass backwards. Tails first. Tails first. Oh, I got to get going here pretty soon. Also, I just remembered he asked me. We got to get some paper. We got, like I said, a big old side of. He's a butcher. Of course, I can cut meat up. Also, I can cut it right off the thing like it's. And I taught myself. But he's been doing this as he should be getting his pension pretty soon. From they farmed him all over, Safeway, Fred Meyer's, all over. He can tell you right away. He goes, you don't want that. Oh, he goes, well, this is a different grade. Man, meat's expensive. $150 for that side. Forgot what it's called. Some kind of sirloin, sirloin tip, something. I can just dispatch that thing beautifully because I know you can see it tells you where to cut it. The deer, it's all the same. They all choose the cud and has a cloven hoof. Fish has scales. That's where I'm at. That's what I've been led to do. Since I've been doing that, or trying to stick to that, because like I said, man, you get caught up in that and you go, well, it ain't a Floyd burger. You'll get that pun. Probably. Dave. Steve. You guys are awesome. That old Floyd burger. Oh, yeah. Oh, by the way, which one's pink? She says, oh, no, Mommy. I fooled him this time. I didn't wear any panties. What? That little boy, he just wants to look at your panties. Yeah, well, hey, you have to have a little bit of fun. I got to go to Safeway. Isn't it a beautiful thing? You were just reading the Word of God, and then you said that. Well, hey, boys have penises, girls have vaginas. And boys will be boys. I know it's said, right? I know it. I know it. I can actually hear some. I hear them. I hear them already. And you're probably right. Okay, we're probably right. But we'll both get over it. As we're two or more gather. Right? My heart's in the right spot. Oh, yeah. Just patiently waiting. Oh, yeah. We wrestle. Oh, we wrestle. Not against flesh and blood, but... Oh, yeah, he's quite the wrestler, I'll tell you what. He lets me win once in a while, so I don't get discouraged. That's what a good father does, he lets you win. I'm still waiting. But it ain't tripping me up. It ain't keeping me from anything. That certainly ain't keeping me from you guys. Although it's trying to, but it's hammer time. It's time to get over. We're hammering. We're going to hammer these boys. These old low spark, high heel boys. Oh, maybe you'll be able to see the totem better. And I'll try to run one later. That's why I don't like promising stuff, because things come up. I don't like doing that. That's why when the Lord said, son, your heart's in the right spot. You mean well. You mean everything you're saying to your children, but you don't have what it takes to fulfill it. So quit telling them that stuff. You need to just live in the moment. Quit telling them shit. Just do it. Once I started doing that, they started trusting me. I couldn't believe it. And they started doing stuff for me. And gosh, all this stuff, most of it, well, it's the good Lord, but it's through our children. You raise a child up in the way. The enemy's like, constantly, you're a bad parent, you're a piece of shit, you're no good, you're a convict, you're this, you're that. That's what the enemy is, an accuser of the brethren and sistren. That's what it does. It's all it does. hammers away over and over and over. Well, took one good hammer, and that's all it took. And that's it. That's it. Took a good hammer. And now, oh, Thor would be just so, or is it Odin? Is it, I don't know. But one of them, they would be jealous. Oh, just a mythical, just fantasy land. Oh no, I can see our creator. Oh, I see him in you. I see him in everything. You see him. It's all over. Everything natural. Everything of water. Everything. Everything of water, she said. And sweat. When they go to the sweat lodge, they sweat because that's that. It's just like when the two become one flesh. They join in salt. They become that one salt to the earth. They get way more done. Now, I know it can trip a lot of people up because look at what this is what you get. This is what you get. Two messed up units. You think they're going to fix each other? No. What do you have when you got two blind people leading each other right? You go right into the ditch. Now, it's one thing to intentionally go into the ditch as you help to help people get them up out of there. That's one way. That's one. But when you're being led by the blind or blind yourself, old Thomas, faith, just faith. That's what. All right, I'm heading out. I'm gonna try to run one later. Like I said, I just don't have what it takes yet. Just mean well, do the next right thing. Everything else will be added. You son of a gun. It's just one. I don't know where they. I thought we had them all. Oh, I'm gonna show you this too. I'm gonna show you this. Let's see. Oh, no, it's not going to let me, is it? Let me see if I can undo this here real quick. I wouldn't talk down to you. I have to tell you just how I feel. This was just on the other night. This was on last night. Axel Foley, I think his name was the Ding Dong. Fucking foul mouth, potty mouth. I told you. Pardon me, I told you that thing. Even Poo Poo Pops, old Bill, not to be confused with Bill Cosby. Oh, there you go. Look, oh, that beaver, he is pissed. Oh, he is. He was a big one over there, too. He was a monster. Beautiful. And there's the bear. You see, that's like Bullseye down there in Tacoma, indoor shooting range. That right eye. Well, it depends. Might be a left eye, depending on where you're. And there's that spider web. That's the bear. Big old bear over there. Not anymore. Probably ran him off. And then, of course, that's what I would have perceived Sasquatch to be. I don't know. That's just what came out. Like I said, they left the top of a tree, cedar tree, in a big old stump. And then that cedar, that base I got from Chris around the corner right by Alonzo. He had a big old. Matter of fact, I was gonna take the rest. That's white cedar, I believe. The other one's red. I know for a fact the other one's red cedar, sequoia, or I forgot. Marty, I wonder what that is. Maybe that's its hopper. Gosh, it slipped my mind. Not sequoia. Well, maybe. Anyway, I know the one on bottom is white, so I wasn't going to use it because it was starting to dry out, and you can't carve that stuff when it's dry. You can, but it's not. You got to do it. I wanted to do it the traditional way, so I did it when it was still wet. And it carves way easy. That's how all these, well, no other tribes other than the Pacific Northwest coastal tribes do totems anyway. Let me wrap this. I don't like the weight hanging on that cord. Well, I'm really impressed that that didn't just shut off like that. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. All right, bro, I'm coming. I'm on my way. Just hold on. Just hold that bus. Oh, God. I hope that's what we're running buses out here in the whole 9 yards. Oh, I can see it. Sad, sad state of affairs. For now, this too is passing. Yep, but there that was. Took me a while, kept me out of there, out of that kitchen. Well, I was on my 3-year hiatus from Rose and Mr. Hickman. Oh, Hickman, baby court. Are you serious? You had a baby? I would not let that man. Now, I don't know, I don't know, maybe I just didn't get the report, but he's still on it. Not going to fare too well. You just don't do that to people. All the lives, even Lindquist, all the lives that they've been responsible destroying, just in death. Just people just, oh, they're completely, by equal implication, they're all involved. Every one of them. Every one of them. We're not talking about just the separation of families and the destruction of lives and and souls and the murder of self-destruction of one's self. They're responsible for all of it. All the thousands and thousands of people, thousands and thousands of suicides in the jail you don't even hear about. It's sad. Pray, keep praying. Now it's gotten a lot better. We shut her down, but they're not. Yeah. They've just got stymied out. They got slapped right up. I told you it's all getting reversed. He said, "Shut your pie hole." I have a feeling. So you get this feeling. You get this feeling. See, people will see things in you that will lift each other up. We don't. I know it. I'm on my way. Damn it. We lift each other. We build each other. No, we don't tear each other down. In a positive way. And sometimes that involves saying things you don't. Because the truth does hurt. The truth hurts. Which brings me to mind, I'll do anything for love, but I won't do that. Oh, we're going to have to listen to this song. Oh, we like this one, don't we? Mm-hmm. Under the Milky Way Tonight. That Milky Way Tonight, that's a good one. That's all, you see, that's all the sorcery, that's all the witchcraft. That's what they do. They use it. That's what they use. Oh no, I think this is Love and Rockets. Or Depeche Mode, one or two. I first heard this song on a bus when I was going from The Greatest Escape, Mission Creek, Belfair, over to Mike and Mitch. Remember they were in Brisky Canyon. What is it? Wenatchee. I was in Canyon View group home, and I went to West Valley or something. It was on the other side of the river, to high school there. This first time I ever heard this song. No, it's not the first time I heard the song. It's the first time I actually experienced and realized this song. That I enjoyed it. Because, when you're around friends, you wouldn't be caught dead listening to this certain stuff. There was headphones, and him and I were both going to that group home. He came from another institution, but there was bed space there. Well, of course, I fixed that one real good. You know how old Steen, I ended up having to, I got out of there. I went out of there and I ended up just having a night on the town, and I got back in there and I had to actually groom the dude. Now this is something you're gonna be like, oh God, but this is just my story. I'm sticking it out. See, the guy that would come and watch us at night, the night guard, he would come and he would look and make sure he's seen your flesh, right? And I knew that's what that dude was doing, and I was like, oh, we can't have that. So I made sure he never did that again to me. And he never did, because I tested it first to make sure. When I knew that he wasn't going to do that, I left that place. They locked the deal, but I just taped it like I've done. Remember Jesse Dyslin? That's how I got that nasty ass pork. Oh, I left it with him though, didn't I? That silver USDA pork. Nasty shit. I taped that door shut, and I waited. And he went, and of course he went. I seen him. He did that. He did it to my roommate. And he was going to look at every. There was 2 people in a room, and there was maybe like 12 of us there. Matter of fact, Webb, this guy named Webb, he'd come earlier. He was Paul Lawson's roommate. Poor Martin. Well, for now, like I said, this too shall pass. Everything's going to be restored. But I went out. I went over that bridge. I had to get out of there. I didn't want anybody to see me. After that first check, man, I was out of there. Summer night. Boy, whew. I immediately got a ride with some younger dudes. I hopped in the back of the truck. We kicked it, boy. Whew. However, I made it back in. Giggling and laughing and making all kinds of damn noise. I don't know how I made it in there. But what got me busted is I took 2/5 of Mad Dog in with me. And the party wasn't done with me. See, I told you I was, no, it wasn't over yet. And I did get back in bed. I did put the bottles in my deal. I got back in bed, but I know that room was probably humming. Like, I don't know what, man, but it wasn't Ripple, all right. I'm pretty sure of it. But the next day, it was Sunday. Sunday. I woke up from just a little power nap, still hammered. And I figured, well, hey, what the hell? We got a couple of perfectly good bottles right there in that drawer. And I might have made it. I might. What? Oh, hell no. No, we did not. Oh, no, you didn't. I'm tired of getting that. You notice he used that mercury in thermometers right up the old. And I was like, Mama, I know damn good well I know you are not fitting to use that. It's not the same one. Please tell me it's not, Mom. Please. And you use it. No, my brother's ass is also. Who knows? You might have shoved it up Dad's butt. I don't know what you guys do in there. Of course, I learned right away that babies did not come from storks, and I will never get caught up under that bed again. I told you about that Exorcist run. Oh, that was a segment I do never want to That was a nightmare. Me and that, didn't bother the salamander. Holy smokes. So, let's see, where was I? There you go. You got off track again. We were really just starting to get interested, dang it, Mr. Steen. Maybe you do need to have your grandson come over and bust a move. He's been here. Oh, he loves Papa. Oh, yeah, he loves his Papa. Oh, he loves his Papa. And his Papa loves him. Mm-hmm. Yes, I do. What was it? The group home? There was something about the group home. Group home. Pork. Nope. Nope, the pork. That's right. Had a little party. Had a little nipper. Nazareth. Started playing a little bit of hair of that old bitch. That was it. It was over. It was all over. It was all over, but the fucking... That's it. Not... Oh, they didn't even have to go, well, what's wrong with you, Mr. Steen? The whole place, because we didn't go anywhere. You was pretty much locked down. You didn't go anywhere. You went to school and you came right back. I signed up with Webb. Matt Webb was his name. Matt Webb. We go early in the morning. We was in the workout deal, but they gave us a wide berth because we were at the group home. Most of us were, those kids. They didn't, we were a little bit more advanced in some ways, and a little retarded in others. But they gave us our own little deal in the weight room in the morning, so we got to go in early. And the PE teacher let us go in there. We had it was just him and I, just Matt and I. Wake up and eat our bananas, and he's like, "Here, Steen, this is what you do, man." Nobody else was awake except the guard that I had to befriend, and he'd just be doing this. He knew we were going, we were heading out an hour before Dave. Just make our cereal, a bunch of bananas, make a protein shake. It was just directly just across the way. It wasn't even a block away. It was pretty much on the property. It's still there. I drove by it. I just don't know if it's a group home. It's called Canyon View. There was no, well, there's a canyon, but there was no view. And I didn't see it. If there was a view of a canyon, I did not see one. But I did see a lot of other nice little views. Of course, that was a pretty straight-laced little high school back in the day. You had it was all just mostly Mexican, just dirt weed back then, but oh yeah, that old Mad Dog, woo, got me sent back in a hot. The next ticket off back to then, Kent Hitchings. He was like, Mr. Steen. Because I'd already come back. I was completely emaciated. That's what got me to the group home. But then after all that shit, I had to end up at Green Hill. I went. And things weren't, that's another thing. There's not really a lot of, there was a hill, and it wasn't very green. Now, there was the hill, though. So there was a hill. It wasn't very green. Right there, you can just go, it's right there right on the side of I-5. Beautiful little visual there. Beautiful little visual. And then just right down yonder, we got Maple Lane. Now, even though I did work in the forest, Sequoia, I should know these things. Washington red cedar and then the white. I should know this, but hey. Now I'm sure there might have been maples there, and it was a lane, all right. It was a fast lane to oh yeah. That place was. All right, I'm almost there. Oh, he's not happy. I got to get going, people. I got to go. And he wants to get that meat cut up. There it is right there. He, he's a good dude. He's a good man. Yeah, the Lord uses us in all kinds. We all learn each other. We sharpen each other up. Yep, that's what we do. All right, I'm gonna run one later, even if it's if it's. Well, God, I don't want to do. I'm gonna most certainly run one. Try to run one, and I am most certainly gonna kick that crap off that rock because I'm not looking at it anymore. Also, I'm gonna get that boulder. I'm gonna see if he wants to throw that in there here right away. I'm gonna show you guys. I might even take a. No, I don't, there's no sense in. This ain't gonna. The phone ain't gonna be. The resolution isn't gonna be good enough for that broken piece, that lens shattered like that screen, to show you what I wanted to show you, that the something. And you could tell it was something that was in sequence, like claws, over and over and over, and it didn't just in this rock. It wasn't just some, yeah, something grabbed it, and the way it's shaped and stuff, it looked. And when I first looked at it, studied it, actually, the next, well, when I first looked at it, it kind of went through my mind, but when I looked at it real close the next day, what went through my mind is, this is what was smacking that tree. Because all I kept thinking was, okay, wait a minute, man. This is right before he got rid of that old Mauser, remember? Too cheaper for you, Roy. Too cheaper for you. And I got that white jade, that beautifully, and he didn't even know. This is a Korean. Can barely speak English, doesn't even know what jade looks like. Beautiful piece. Custom made border, silver border, 800 European silver, stamped right in it. And I'm sitting there with that. He's like, Dad, you better hurry up, because I got a bunch of people want to trade me cars for this. And I said, and that boom, boom, boom just scared the bejeebers right out of me. Well, it didn't scare me. It startled me. It definitely startled me. I kept thinking, God, that just, you start rationalizing in your head. At least I did. I had to try to put the pieces together, and things just weren't adding up, fitting quite right. Because I'd been out. I grew up in the woods, and I've worked out in there, and I know. And that shook me, just like the top of that cedar. Like after I harvested that cedar, I felt something was watching me the whole time. Of course, with the bottles being left in this and that, the next day, and that big rotted out tree stump that was probably about 2.5, if that took. Earlier in my last segment, I explained about 2.5 foot stump from an old growth tree that had been harvested probably, I don't know, 100 years ago. Like I said, I think Colleen said it was probably 80 to 100 years ago that they'd, and you could see where they'd kind of thinned it out, but they didn't just wipe it. They just, just took what they needed. But it was rotted out, and the bark, if you people that are familiar with how these trees here in the Northwest erode, the bark actually stays attached and it's hollow. Well, there was the top of a fresh, just like he went to a florist and just went and, well, give me a Washington red cedar, beautiful, nice, supple, fresh top, the size of a little Charlie Brown Christmas tree, about 3.5 feet tall, just stuck right there in that hollowed out, right in the trail. Same trail that I bushwhacked that 1 4-point at, right within just not even 7 yards from where I harvested that cedar. And it was a perfect cedar. There was no branches hardly at all. It all had been, I was like, oh, this is going to be perfect for carving right here. Because my dad had did one. It's still down there and off Savio Road. He didn't take it with him. He used the, like I said before, he used the, well, I wouldn't say the wrong kind of wood, but he didn't use the most ideal wood that you would normally choose for a carving like that, which would be cedar. Oh yeah, it's her boyfriend. She's let her boyfriend drive it, the Mustang. That's right. You can take a deep breath. It's when you. But like I said, if you're led to do something. But yeah, there it was, right there. And I watched throughout the days. I watched it slowly wilt and wither and turn brown. So it had just been placed there. The top of the same exact species of tree that I just got done taking, stuck the top, the very top. And actually, I thought the top of that tree, because I only used so much of it. I took two segments like that. Because a tree that size, there's not much left. It was maybe 30 feet tall, but like I said, there's only so much that's usable. But I didn't want to just let anything go to waste. Just let, it go to waste, considering I felt like I had that, I was justified in doing that, and still do. Uh, so I thought, oh, this something, man. So I walked right on over, right where that big old buck jumped right over my head that I had to sit and piddle, and I heard knock up right there. It was all within just right there. And there's so much more there, but this is all within a. And I expected that tree top to be gone. I expected that top to be the one that's in that damn deal. And then I'd know that, that's fine. Somebody's playing that's who left the bottles, okay. But it was intact. So I said, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to try to take as much as this, because I knew, then I just, you just kind of, and I'm like, okay, if I have to see him, okay, fine. If I have to see him, great. Father, I trust you. That's fine. But I love being over here and stuff. So if I don't have to, please, I don't want to, because all this stuff I've been brainwashed with, listening to Wes's stuff from over in over Ucolt. And that's something. And Larch was right there, and fall asleep with the shit running in my head, you know. But I still, when you have that, when you start your day out, seek ye first, you get that. You strap on the breastplate, covers our vitals, the shield, the faith, and the sword, just word, all the armor. You just go, you march, bold. And you're so happy when you do, because all the wildlife just becomes, they start to entertain you and enlighten you and bring you, lift you up, they build you up, heal you. Messages of hope and joy of a better way. We shall remain, because everything is reversed. It's all going to remain. Like a lion remains. Oh, they strip it down. They try to shave it all off. He came like a lamb, returning like a lion and a lioness. Not like these lion asses. He came in on a donkey. Different ass. But it's all connected. All right, I got to get going, because I hear him huffing and puffing out there. I hear him. And the goal is that you also do not hear him. That's what we don't want him. Now, anyway, considering, because he's like, hey man, we need to, he's been very considerate, been working out, gave him the bigger, and he's older, give him the respect. Just got out of surgeries, they've been, and it was his own dad, Jeff, that would say, once they do surgery on your back, they're always in there, fiddling around. They're always in there. And then, of course, they get you all, it's all by design. Get you in there, get you all hooked up on that, and then when they pull it all away, they let them all have all this. Here's a script pad. Just go ahead and shit. Now and then they take it away, And then all that, there it is right there. 9/11, it's all this multifaceted stuff. That's where all that meth's coming from. I'm telling you, it ain't coming from New Mexico. It ain't coming from Mexico. It ain't Mexican. No. There's no way. It ain't happening. Oh, it might appear to be coming through that deal, and it does now and again, just because they just throw them under the old bus, just enough to and use them when they're wanting to, when they're like, well, forget this, because there's no way they could produce. There's no way. I'm close. Not for what's here. What's here? They're floating and flying that shit in. Floating, basically. Now they don't even have now. They're tons and tons and tons and tons and tons and tons. Anything to just knock the legs out of the U.S. But of course, that was what it was all about from the beginning. And if it wasn't for the Native Americans, and now look, we've reduced them to what? They're taking my beloved forest for now. Well, they tell them what to do. That's right. It's like this 501c3 POs. All bag hoes. They're all chasing the bag. That's all they're doing. They're bag hoes. He said, "Here, you can have that shit. I don't want that. It ain't no use to me anymore. I see what's happened." Of course, whose benefit was that for? All right, I got to get going. I've got to go cut some meat. I got to set up my Bowflex. I got it all. The guy even told me yesterday when I went and got it. I said, so I asked him a few little questions and stuff, and he says, and I also asked him about, when he had it apart, he said, oh, no, I've never had this apart. I go, well, I might have, I'm thinking to myself out loud, I might have a heart. He goes, oh, you should see my hallway. And I started looking at it, I thought, well, man, all that is an Allen wrench in them. So I took it apart this morning and hauled it into the guest room, and where the bar goes up, the tower part of it is just scrapes the. Oh, you know something? Oh, dude! Oh, he's taking off. Hold on a second. Wait a minute. Hold on, wait. I'm gonna wrap it up. He's taking off. Something I wanted to tell you, dang it! I gotta go. I'll tell you when I get back. He might just be going down to the store to get a pack of cigarettes too, because he knows that he's not that anal. Okay, well, I love you guys, and I will remember what it was, because it was pertinent, and I'll be right back tonight. Oh, the Bowflex, that's what it was. It wouldn't fit, but I think it will in here. I just realized something. This ceiling's a little taller. It might work right in here. Oh, God, thank you, Yeshua. Okay, love you guys. I'll see you later tonight, more than likely, if not tomorrow.